Some bases were spared and people celebrated. Yet in the long run, one analyst says base closing can have some benefits.
If you're spending your money operating a base, paying the electric bill, paying people's salaries that you may not need, those types of things are actually going to eat away at your readiness.
The commission sends final recommendations to the president. If he approves, both houses of Congress must vote no to stop the closings. Joe Johns, NBC News, the Capitol.
This is Jim Cummins in East Texas. The workers at the Red River Army Depot got the good news today. Their plant is staying open.
The bottom line is that Red River Army Depot in the foreseeable future will be here.
That means most of the 3,000 workers here will keep their jobs, overhauling armored vehicles.
Relief right there, very much relief.
Stacy Walker says he'll sleep better tonight.
I hope you are as happy as we are.
It was a costly victory, though. These people rallied every time base closing commissioners came to town. They raised $400,000 to hire lobbyists in Washington, and they made thousands of posters to be used at every opportunity.
Oh, honey, we are going to succeed.
But some of the work will be moved out of here, at least 300 civilian jobs. The survivors like Stacy Walker are thankful their base was spared. His grandfather helped open the tank factory during World War II. Walker's father followed him, and now members of the third generation are making $40,000 a year with overtime.
They closed Red River down like, I'd been working for $4.25 an hour.
These armored vehicles are a big business for this region. Officials estimate that closing the plant would have cost the regional economy more than $300 million a year.
Even the threat of closing the plant has had an impact. Business is off at the Chuck Wagon restaurant in New London.
I think people, because of the fear, had, just quit eating out. They, started paying on them the dollars.
They probably won't resume spending their money until President Clinton officially approves the base closing recommendations next month. Jim Cummins, NBC News, Texarkana, Texas.
In Virginia, it was sentencing today for William Aramony, former head of the United Way Charities. A federal judge sentenced him to 7 years in minimum security prison for embezzling $600,000 from that nationally known charity. Wall Street, another new record for the Dow. Very heavy trading. The NASDAQ was up to a new record as well today. When we continue our in-depth look at that controversy raging over the information superhighway, safety versus freedom. Also tonight, the Simpson trial on the 100th day. More tonight about gloves.
Take a good look through new Transitions comfort lenses. The new lightweight plastic prescription lenses with a special tint that lightens and darkens as the light changes. The only lightweight plastic lenses that darken and lighten just like that. It's comfort you can see day or night, inside or outside. Ask for new Transitions comfort lenses and see for yourself. They're right in any light.
In-depth look at a major new concern for all of us. Should there be police on the information superhighway? As computers and the networks connecting them become more and more popular as ways to communicate, who's in charge here, especially if kids are involved? That issue is making headlines across the country now. The fight over legislation that passed the Senate overwhelmingly last week. It would crack down hard on obscenity on computer networks. But this week, Speaker Newt Gingrich came out against the Senate action, calling the proposed rules a violation of free speech. Of course, material some call indecent is not the only danger on the information superhighway. The newest concern, what kids can buy with their computers, including liquor. No ID required. Here's NBC's George Lewis.
Maya Mosier is 10 years old. Recently, a delivery service dropped off this package at the Mosier house in Northern California. It came addressed to her, and no one was required to sign for it. Maya's father opened it for us. Inside, an assortment of beer.
This is what a 10-year-old might want.
It was ordered from a beer catalog company that advertises on the Internet. Earlier this month, to make a point, the Boston Globe newspaper used the Internet to send a bottle of vodka to a 2-year-old in New York City. Catalog companies which use the Internet to sell alcoholic beverages say there are safeguards. They routinely insist that adults sign for all deliveries. But Maya's father, who actually ordered the beer in her name, says he did it to show there are too many loopholes, that booze doesn't belong on the internet.
It's interactive, it's very attractive to young people. Large number of young people are on the internet, and it's putting out the wrong message.
15-year-old Niall Kennedy showed us how he could get into Tribe Z. That's an online club created by Zima, a malt beverage made by Coors Brewing.
So when it says you must be 21 or older, how old did you tell them you were?
I said I was 23.
The makers of beer, wine, and distilled spirits steadfastly deny they are using the internet to target consumers under 21 years of age. This microbrewery and pub in Marin County, California says it's not about selling to minors, it's about cheap advertising.
I don't think this is an internet issue. There's no question that underage drinking is a problem, but it isn't an internet problem, it's a society problem.
I'm presently
One answer to the problem, new software that will permit parents to lock their kids out of adult areas on the internet, including the sites that market booze.
We felt we wanted to put the choice in the user's hand to allow parents to be really involved in what their children see over the internet. And this way they can choose what they want to see, and if we have blocked something that they want their children to see, they can simply turn Surf Watch off.
Whether the internet is a safe place for kids has become a hot issue. Liquor companies are under fire for advertising there. Congress worries about pornography. Some say it's simple. Parents should take more responsibility. There's a major battle brewing. George Lewis, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Now we'd like to introduce you to someone who's got some more fundamental questions about what computers and their growing use are doing to all of us. His name is Clifford Stahl. He's an astrophysicist and best-selling author. Here's his very cautionary take on the information superhighway in his own words.
I love computers. I like computers. Computers are great. I love the technology. I love the circuitry. It's not computers that bother me. It's the culture of computing that gives me the heebie-jeebies. I worry, though, that we're being sold down the river. It seems to me that important things are being lost by going online. We're being told that if you don't have an electronic mail address, if you're not online, then you're a nobody. Be aware that these computer networks, which are so tempting and so addictive, can very easily swallow the most precious thing in your life, namely your time. Might it be that computers and networks, rather than saving us an enormous amount of time, cause us to waste a great deal of time instead? Lots of people spend hours a day downloading files that have no meaning, getting pictures across the network that have no value at all. Maybe this information highway is doing a similar thing than the superhighways are doing. Namely, rather than bringing us closer together, they isolate us. The ability to speak to somebody else, to get along with other people, those are the very things that you can never learn from a computer. You cannot download the ability to get along with somebody else. I'm not saying throw your computer away. I'm saying understand it, appreciate it, and occasionally question it.
Author Clifford Stahl, in his own words tonight. This final note on policing the internet: the New England Journal of Medicine today rejected suggestions that medical studies be posted on computer networks before they're approved and published, warning that this practice could lead to all kinds of unreliable, even dangerous medical information in cyberspace. When we come back, some names in today's news, and we'll have the latest on the O.J. Simpson trial. The glove story continues. We'll be talking with our expert, Jack Ford, tonight.
I'm living with heartburn and